Thank you very much. And one more fact about myself, I had a team in Poland in previous job, so they were remote and they were living all around Poland, and several times I was in Olsztyn to train them. So, thank you very much. My name is Sargis. I want to welcome you all in this talk in the middle of Norway. Right now I'm working for the company called PixArt as a director of quality assurance. Have you ever heard about PixArt? It's one of the most downloaded apps in the world. Last year it was in the top 16. So I'm kind of proud to work in this company, and I'm kind of proud that Armenia created this kind of startup which is like rocking in the world. And before starting, I want to thank to the organizers for inviting me. So this is the talk that has a bit technical stuff. I know some people don't like technical talks. I try to make it lighter to be more accessible. So if you have any question or you don't get the idea, you can even stop me in the middle or just post the question, and then we'll come back to the questions. Most probably all of you know what is Selenium, yes? That's already the topic that was discussed too much in the conferences. Today we will try to talk about how we can Dockerize the Selenium test run, and I will present you several ways of Dockerization, and it's your choice which one to choose in your situations. And we will talk about also how to run them parallel. I tried to get a bit of braveness to show you live running the test. Hopefully I will be success before, like 5 minutes ago it was working. Usually in the last minute it will break, but we will try, and I have a backup plans as a recording that I did just a minute ago. So we'll talk about the Selenium Grid, how to run them parallel, and then about the Docker Selenium, about the configuring the containers using the Docker compose file to make it easier, and then I will present you the Selenium and the Solenoid, and then we'll have some question and answers. Yeah. So why? Do you still need the answer for the question why we need to Dockerize them? Yeah. Well, here is several points that I just on the fly I was writing. So you can easily run in different environments. It's easy to set up. It's more secure. It's more stable. There is no need to deal with the Selenium jar. I guess everyone had that pain during the working with the Selenium jar. There is no need to download drivers, and it will done everything automatically inside the Docker container. And you don't need to make the switch. When you switch to the parallel run, you don't need to always run the parallel. You can also make them run in a single thread whenever you want. And finally, it's scalable. So you can easily switch to the parallel. So one more why. Do you still need an answer why we need to run the parallel? Because I was talking about the parallel running in one conference, and there was a question but why I need to run parallel? I'm running it single, it works. So I add some benefits of running of parallel. So you can run in more capabilities. You can reduce the time of the run. So to do some automation stuff, it's mostly to get fast feedback, yes? So cutting the time is very good point to get. And then optimization of the CI/CD, then cost-efficient testing. I know it's kind of the company money, but I believe if you cut the cost, you will get some amount of it as a bonus. So it's very good to cut the testing cost. It's enabled teams to focus on the making tests repeatedly measurable and accurate, you can still perform single thread runs, and you do not make switch to parallel testing all at once. When you start to go into parallel, you can go step by step. You don't need to like just switch to that. So this is the goals that we want to achieve. So let's go through the steps that I did in my previous experiences, how we did it, like parallelization with the Dockers. So first of all, let's start the information about the Selenium Grid. Do you know what is Selenium Grid? Yeah, mostly. So there is a long story. You don't need to read it. It's just for the information. Later you will get the slides. And there is a link. If it's not enough, you can go to the documentation link and you read about it. So basically, Selenium Grid is a smart proxy server, yes, which routes commands to the remote web browser instances. Yeah, this is in a one sentence. Let's see the overall how it works. Here we're having the Selenium Hub, and we have the nodes. The nodes is a place where the browser lives, yes? So I marked it with the browser mark. So basically what the hub is doing, it's managing the calls, it accepts the request from the test run, it takes the instruction from the client and execute them remotely on the nodes, and it's manage the threads. Yeah? And what actually the nodes are doing is the place where browser lives. Nodes is the instance which is registering itself inside the grid. It receives the request from the hub and executes them in the browser. Yep. This is very basic information. I don't want to dig into the more technical stuff. So what we think about, what is the idea when we say let's Dockerize them? When I say let's Dockerize this structure, I mean this. Yeah, we put every piece of this inside the Docker container, and we spin up inside the Docker container. Yeah. So basically, from the Selenium committers, we have official 5 images. One is the hub. One, there are more, but this is the beginning, the base of it. So there is nodes for the Chrome and Firefox, and there's a debug one. So if we need a debug, we are using the debug ones. You can find more and more images which people a bit modified and published in the Docker Hub, and but this is the base, so we can start from the base. Yeah. So let's start from beginning. So we have the test suite. There is the information I will give to organizers. They will publish it. There is a repository that I put some code inside to use as a presentation. So the first thing, we are going to terminal, cloning, and then trying to run. Yes? So this is in the code. If you dig in, you will find out that there is several test cases which are running in 6 parallel threads. So let's try to do it. This is the moment that I hope that we will success. We are going to the terminal. I'm already clone, and I navigate to the folder, and then just we need to run the Maven test, and it should run the tests. Yeah, here we are. There is several browsers open. Basically, they're all of them are 6, and we need a stable internet connection right now to open the browsers. So usually this is the problem that I avoid to do the live stuff, but this time I try to do some. Hello? Yeah, it's gone. So we are running, and then 6 tests are passed. Okay. So this is the basic one. So we create several tests, and usually when I'm saying, if you have a framework with about 10 test cases and you are not running continuously in the continuous integration tools, you don't have automation. So if you have code in your machine and you are running from your machine, it's not automation, it's some playing stuff. So this is the stage that we have, and we are trying to configure it run. Now we have the run, and next step is trying to Dockerize them. Yes? So let's start from the pure version. So we are using only the images that the official Selenium committers are publishing. Yes? So this is the technologies that I used for the example, but in any case, if you are going to Dockerize your Selenium runs, you will need the Docker machine, Docker Compose, and it depends in which technology you are writing your tests, like the libraries and the stuff. Here is the Java, and we are using Maven to run the tests. Yep. So first of all, we are creating a common network for all these containers, so they will have visibility from visibility to each other. So the hub will see the nodes and stuff. So after creating the grid, we are running the hub. When we have the hub running, then we are running registering the node inside in the hub. So here, when you are writing this hub host Selenium Hub is the one that we run here. Here is the name. Yes. In this action, the node will be registered inside the hub. Yes. So, and you will have this. So you will have the grid up. It's very, very easy. Instead of downloading the jar and then compile and then running from the jar, here is like seconds. Yep. And afterward, when you run, everything is fine. You need to clean up after yourself. Yes. And then you are removing the network, then you are stopping the hub and the node, and then removing them all. Have you ever heard about Docker Compose? Like, it's the method that you can collect all these commands inside the one file and just run it from the file, and it will be like easy and fast. Yes. Yeah, when you have the Docker Compose file, actually I have the examples for you in the same repository. It's the Docker Compose Selenium Docker YAML file, which is using the Selenium official images to spin up the hub with the nodes. Yes. And then when we want to clean up it, we just call it down. Yeah. Let's go and try to this one make work. Okay. Let's go. To make it faster, I will go just and copy the command. So if you see here, there is this file. Yes? And then we just say up. In the YAML file, if you will see, for example, I created 4 nodes, which means in the end we will have the hub and the 4 nodes together. And there is a special way of dependency. You are saying, don't spin up the node until the hub is live. So there you are putting the dependency. So when the hub is ready, and the nodes automatically registering. So to check it out, we are going to the browser and we are going localhost 444. Okay, we have the grid there, and if you go to the console, we have 4 nodes there, which means that we can run like 4 threads on the same time. So let's try and find out how it will work. We are calling the same Maven test, and as you will dig in the code, you will see that there is a parameter which I'm using to run locally or to run remotely. So for that reason, we are writing selenium.remote is true. Here we go. Okay. When we refresh, we see that all the nodes are busy and the 2 of them are in the queue because we had a 6, yes? So if we refresh on the spot, okay, and the 2 are still busy, and we are done. Let's take the logs. Yeah, the 6 tests are passed. We didn't saw anything. Everything was happening inside the Docker container. One of the benefits that I really like is that when someone says it works in my machine, you don't have this chance here, yes? Because when you use the Docker containers, you use the same environment. So if it fails in one machine, it will fail in another machine. So you have very low chance of having it works on my machine situation while you are using the Dockerization. So, do you think that this method has disadvantage? Remember that we have hard-coded 4 nodes. And basically, if you need to add one more thread to your parallel run, you will need to go and register manually, like write the code, so add one more. So actually, not only we are discussing this issue here, there are a lot of people who are having the same issue. So why I need to manually go, once I want a 4 threads, once I want a 6 thread, once I want a more like 10, 20. So in my experience, we get to the 25 threads in one machine. So, and here this is Selenium. Have you ever heard about Selenium? Yeah, it's this open source project from Germany, from Zalando. The guys just figure out that the grid, which is officially doesn't work for them, and they start to do something that will solve this issue. Basically, what's the difference between it is just when the hub gets the request, it automatically requests one more node. And you just giving the maximum parameter of nodes. It's based on your machine, how many nodes it can handle. So you give it maximum 10, and up to 10 requests the hub will get, it will automatically scale to the 10. Yeah? So, again, when you want to run the Selenium locally, you need these 2 images. Just pull them, and then you just expose your ports. Again, there is like mounting the folders, and there is one other feature which I find it useless, but a lot of people like it. It's recording the video of the run. I don't know, I never had a situation during these 10 years, if I had a video, it would help me. Like, screenshot is always enough for me, but I had a lot of discussion with the people that they say, no, video is helping in our product. So maybe I didn't meet the product which super video addicted feature has. So you do the run, this is spinning up hub, and there is you are giving the parameter minimum nodes. So when it's on the spot, it's spinning the hub with the minimum nodes, and you are giving the amount of maximum nodes, how many it can get to. So in this in the Docker compose file that again it's in the repository, there is a 3 nodes minimum and the 10 nodes maximum. So you can always change that one. And again, to make it easy, you just go and use Docker compose file, and it's again you are doing up and then down. So let's try it. Yep. Again, to make it faster, oops, I will go and copy this. I guess we didn't remove the previous Dockers, yes? Containers. Yeah, we didn't. So to clean this up, first of all, we are going and saying down. Yeah, when you call down, it will remove all the containers in the spot. So let's go with the Selenium. Here we are. Like all the images I downloaded, because they are about gigabytes, so I downloaded before coming here, just to make sure that we are not waiting so long. Here we are. There's the one on the spot. Let's go to browser and check. We have it here, and we have a tree. Why tree? Because in the Docker file, if you go to the code with the Selenium, we have the desired containers tree, and the maximum can go to 10. Yep. And here we have ready Chrome and Firefox ready for the test. So now let's go and run the test again with the remote through and find out what's happening here. And with the Selenium, you also have the opportunity to go to this dashboard, which is custom, where you will see all your test results here. And here you see there is a tree in the queue, yes? It will not wait until they finish. It will create the new nodes immediately. You see we have a 6. And then it will remove all of them after itself. So you don't need to like specify all with the commands. And here we are, and more 3 tests, and then we are hopefully done. So when you go here, you see that there's a test run, there's a video recording, there's a test run, there's a video recording. I don't know how much it will help, because every time I was thinking about this takes too much memory to keep all of them. But there is an option that you can just record when it fails. So if it doesn't fail, the recording is removed. So you don't need to track the fail ones. Yeah. And yeah, and again, if we want to clean this, we just go to that file, YAML, and then down. And it will stop Selenium and remove it. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. And there is one more one more tool, which is called Solenoid. Have you ever heard about it? Solenoid? No. If I'm not mistaken, it was started in Yandex. Do you know Yandex? The Russian Google. Yeah? No? Actually, there is one thing in the Russian market. The Russian market is a bit different from the world, and the Chinese market is from another. Like it's not from the Earth; it's from another planet. So the Chinese is like excluding, but the Russian is a bit different, because the people, like I have experience like speaking in the Russian conferences. And people, they use only Russian products. For myself, I discovered like several reasons for that, because the documentation is in Russian. They don't like to learn English, and usually when I'm speaking in English, they are like synchron translating for the people. And they all the support charts, like for the Solenoid, there is a 2 version, Russian and English. They have a Telegram channel and they have a special channel in the Selenium official Slack channel. Slack. So, but one thing that I like for this Solenoid, it's really good one. It's in my opinion, it's better than it's working lighter than the Selenium. But there is one thing that I really don't like. When Selenium doing a project, they are supporting the Selenium open source projects. Yeah. And the Solenoid comes and says, okay, we don't need the one that the Selenium developed, we will do ours. And it will work better. I'm more for the open source projects. So so in these ideas, I will prefer the Selenium. But in the case that this works lighter, it works lighter, and we were able to scale more with the Solenoid than with Selenium. So again, depends which one is good. It depends on your situation and what are you really using and for what actually you are using. For the Solenoid, you will need, you will need several steps. First of all, when they create this Solenoid stuff, and there is also Go Grid router, which is designed for the configuring the clusters for the Selenium runs, which is also a cool product. They also have this CM, which is the configuration management script, and this is actually to make your life easier. In this case, when you are, for example, when I was using this Solenoid, I would never use the Docker Compose because there is a configuration manager, which is like one line command I'm writing and it's done. So they have their own images. For example, if you want like Chrome 71, you should pull the Chrome 71 image. And then when you want to start the hub and the stuff itself together, you just call cm Solenoid start. And if you want a debug mode, you are calling VNC. And this product has no UI. This is not the same as the Selenium Grid, so it doesn't have a UI. If you want to see from the UI, you need to go. You need to also start the Solenoid UI, which will show you what's happening there. Yeah. Okay. This is the last option that I'm just putting in my slides. So let's go and try to make a successful demo for this one. Okay. Let's go. I already downloaded the script that I was talking about. It's this one here. Yes, it's already downloaded. We will just need to run the command. So we are going Solenoid start VNC because we want to see the browser screen in the browser. Yes. Okay, done. And then the next one is going to be run the UI. So actually we want to see it's running on the default 8080 port, so it's done. So and then we are going to browser, and we just, as the UI is running on 8080 port, we just go 8080. Here is it. We have the grid, everything is ready. Here you don't need to mention how many you want, many you don't want. It will create as much as you need. So we will request 6, it will create the 6 node on the spot. And it will be a bit faster than the previous examples. So let's try. Also, there is a one useful stuff here. Based on your language, you can just generate the capabilities that you need to put while you are creating the driver. Yep. This is the simple help. So we are going here and then just running the test. Where is the command? Here. Yep. And let's see what's happening here. And it's one is Q. Yeah, and all are created and everything is running. It will be it's a bit fast. Usually no, it's done. I wasn't able to show you. Okay, let's do it once more to see the VNC screen. Oh, I will manage it. Yeah. It's done. I managed it. So you see that even during this limited resources, it's fast. So as the tests are really small that I put there, it's just a registration, login and stuff, checking like simple stuff just to have food for the demo. It's really fast, so even I cannot manage to track what's happening there. Again, here you have the same feature for the recording and stuff, so you can also use. Okay. Let's go to the last point. So this was like nice one. We have a successful demo this time. Thanks for the organizers and the good internet connection here. Yeah, and in the end, I put all the resources that you can use it. The first one is the Selenium Docker, and then Selenium, then Solenoid, and the configuration manager. So what I would advise you, don't just pick one randomly, just go through all of them. Try all of them if you are going to Dockerize your stuff. Just there are more products, don't stick to this one. So you can try several one and find out which one is working for you. because in different company I did different solutions. I used all of this and some other ones. Like it depends on the resources we have, machines we have. Do we have the clouds rented from the company that you can run everything in cloud, or we are using under the desk machines? So based on your situation, just choose the one. You can try and find out which is working for you. And yep, this is my contacts. Feel free to contact me whenever you will need. Even later after the conference, if you have questions, feel free to contact me. I'm not promising to like immediate answer, but usually I will do within the 2-3 days if I like get the free time. But usually in the Twitter, I'm pretty responsing in the Twitter, so you can easily post there or something. The presentation, I guess, will be shared, yes? Yeah, I will send to the organizer. It will be shared. There is the GitHub repository with all the code that I showed you here, and then the steps are there. So mainly I put all the commands inside the slides for later, not for now. So thank you very much. If you have questions.
Any questions from the audience? Not immediately, so thank you very much. So we have a few minutes breaks and we will start the last presentation here this day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.